What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're back in Marvel Contest of Champions, and in this video today I wanted to kind of go over like a rough kind of guide for new players or people that played the game a while ago and coming back in their account still is pretty like under level, I'd say. I'm gonna go just over like the main stuff. There's really I want to say like 5 or 6 things that you should really focus on as a new player, and keep in mind I am a free to play player, so some things may change if you are someone who likes to spend money, whether it be a lot or a little. And I'll go over different options for that throughout the video on different sections. So, that being said, let's get started. I want to go over 2 golden rules of Contest of Champions. There's really only one. The second one is one I kind of follow because, again, I'm free to play. But the first one is to never ever sell your champions. You are gimping yourself of resources, like ISO, gold, dupe levels, and shards for the next tier up of a character. Like, this is not even worth it. 85 shards, that's nothing. This, like, 1 of these, 7 of these, and 6k gold, that is not worth it. That is, if anything, you want to get as many champions as possible and duplicate them as fast as you can. That's just number one. Never sell any champions. Number two, never ever ever buy premium hero crystals. These right here, the guaranteed 2 to 4 star. Never buy these. Ever. I know it's very tempting in the beginning of the game because when you start off, the game just throws units at you. And you look at this, you're like, oh, I have a chance to get a 4 star. The drop rates are awful. If you look here, 3% chance to get a 4 star. With that being said, if you're someone who is willing to spend money, you have some disposable income to throw around, then go for it. Go right ahead. But I would say, even if you are spending money, I wouldn't say these are worth it. You need to save the units for something later on. And speaking of units to spend them on, starting out, you don't really need to worry about energy, as energy does eventually become a pretty important thing later in the game. But starting out, they throw tons of energy refills at you. Um, these right here, they give you tons of these for leveling up. Like, just leveling up, you get them like crazy. So it's actually best to level up as fast as you can and get like an XP booster. Like, let's go here. Anytime you get an XP booster and you're questing or you're grinding out for like an hour, and there's even 12-hour ones. It's not here, but there's even a 12-hour XP boost. If you know you're gonna be playing the game a lot questing, slap that on there. It'll give you more mastery points, which I'm about to get into, and it'll save you from spending units on energy. Another thing with your units, keep in mind a lot of stuff I'm going to be talking about is focused on units. So, but the next part is masteries. So masteries, there are essential masteries to have, and then there's also nice to have masteries. I would say the really essential masteries you need are parry and dexterity. Those are the essentials in my opinion. Some would say you don't really need to max out parry, but I do because of the additional reduction to damage when you block. And you don't need to max out dexterity unless you, yeah, you really don't. To be honest, I don't even have a reason to max it out. But and then there are nice to have masteries like salve. It's just a little bit of regen over time with the character. And then glass cannon, another nice to have, but another essential mastery here is precision and cruelty. These will, once you max both of those out 5 of 5 like you see here, your damage will go up very noticeably. Now with that being said, each of these cost 6 mastery cores. And these mastery cores cost 135 units each. So that's why I'm saying save your units. Save them, save them, save them. Do not buy them. Do not buy crystals with them. Save them. If you can, be efficient as possible with energy, so you don't have to use units on those either. And next, so now you're probably thinking, okay, you said the game throws them at you. in the beginning, but how is there a way you can farm units? And the answer is yes. It's it can be a grind, but the more you do it, the more champions you'll get, and the grind will be faster, and you'll be able to fly through this. So this is arena. This is a way to get your units by hitting all the milestones. Each milestone gives you a certain amount of units and just goes up and up through each milestone. And then the higher tier arenas you do, so this 3-star one, I think you get the same, yeah. But the 4-star one, you start to get 15 units, as you can see, for each one. I think it's 135 total for this once you reach all the milestones in the 4-star. And it's the same for the 4-star featured. So it's really good to play arena if you can. And along with hitting the milestones, you also get these things called battle chips, which I'm low on right now. And you use, because I just spent some to get these crystals. You use these battle chips to get arena crystals, which have chances at getting units, energy refills, and the Punisher and gold. So arena just feeds you a lot. That's why I save up most of my battle chips to open a bunch of these crystals to get try and get units. And gold, this helps a lot with gold as well. So if you're struggling in either of those, that's good to do. And of course, you're playing arena to get a champion. If you're not doing summoner trials, the other arenas are to get the champion. So you see here, this one's Miles Morales, and you have to get in the top 1 to 10% to get him. That's what it is for most of these, except for the featured. The featured, I believe, is like top 200, 800. Okay, 800. And it starts to go higher in the 5-star and what. So that's probably the easiest way starting out is grinding arena. But there are also, sorry, questing. Especially early on, these quests give you a ton of units for a low energy cost. As you can see, completion 10, exploration 10. And then even just looking at the this is chapter 1 too of act 1, the last quest of this thing, 15 for completion, 35 for exploration, and each tile costs 1 energy. So if you can, depending on how much you play the game though, of course, if you can fully explore each quest for those units, it's a very small energy cost, and in my opinion it's worth it. And they've also buffed up the rewards in each act you complete. So honestly, it is, I think it's worth it. If you have the time, it's worth it. And you can also get said units from event quests here. It's the same way through the story quests. It doesn't give as much as you see 5 and 10, but again, low energy. This is for beginner mode though. In beginner mode, it's worth it to just go through one time. But if you have like some extra energy, like I did, 100% of this last one, because this one gives the most out of all of them. See, 15 and 20. So if you can, just fully explore. Don't fully, just at least one full clear of beginner mode just for the units. And I do this still every month, and I'm a end game player, so yeah, the unit grind is real. um, Next, I want to talk about being efficient with your resources. Just not just units either. I'm talking catalysts, ISO, and champions. And the way to be efficient with this is looking at the 22-hour solo quests. It is this right here. It'll be a 22-hour event, and it changes obviously every 22 hours. And there will be one called a level up event, which would be a great time to level up your characters, because as you can see, you get more units for reaching this milestone here. And it will change first, because there are beginner brackets from the first 30 days of your account. I'm pretty sure you get like I think you still get 25 units. It's just spread out across these milestones. I'm not exactly sure, because obviously I don't have a new account, but I do know you get units in different milestones of this solo event. So that's one way. You could just save up your catalyst and ISO for a level up event, and then level your characters that way. Unless you absolutely need to complete something in the game, then go ahead. But that's how I do it. That's how I try to stay efficient. I don't always do that. It just depends on what I need to get done. And another thing, speaking of these events here, you see alliance events, which is the next thing I'll be getting into, is having a good alliance. Now, when you first start out, the game will just throw you into a random alliance. It'll give you units and a premium crystal, which is nice, but the odds are that alliance is either dead or a bunch of people that just do not know what they're doing. So it's not, you don't have to get into a good one right away. You can build up your roster a bit for progress more in the story and event quests. And once you get there, you want to try to look for an alliance that is running map 2 and 3 alliance quests. And if you want alliance war, now both of those is another way to get rank up materials for your champions. Um, it's a very, very good way, and obviously the higher maps you do, like map 4, 5, 6, and 7, they'll give you more high-end rank up resources. But starting out as a new player, you really just want to find one that at least runs alliance quests. It can be map 1, it can be map 2 or map 3, as long as they just start it up and you participate in it, you're good. You're already progressing faster than most beginning players, because most of the time people do not pay attention to that. They just see, ooh, join an alliance, premium hero crystal. That's all I want. And again, there's also events that the alliances run together. This is another thing. If you really want to like get into this game, I'll say if you really want to hit that grind, like I said, having a good alliance really helps, because then you'll see there's 3-day events, and then there's 5-day events, and there's 7-day events for summer advancement, and you get rewards from that. You get units, energy refills, character shards for crystals, even rank up materials. So it comes down to you and how you manage your resources and your time in this game. It can be a grind, it can be, but once you start getting in a rhythm of what you want to get done and know what you want to get done, everyone has different goals. Once you figure those goals out, I feel like this game becomes a lot easier. It doesn't feel like you need to grind as hard once you figure out what you want to do. With that being said, that will conclude this video today. I hope this guide was helpful. If you have any questions, let me know. If there's something I missed, also let me know. Feel free to leave a comment, like, and please subscribe and share if you can. Thanks for watching. Peace.